Today's video is about something that caught my attention recently. Like every item, tool or object, they have a specific function, but sometimes using those items or devices for unintended functions is always surprising for me. The tool I am talking about is the combustion engine. I'm not a historian. I also don't think anybody needs to be a historian about whether industrial revolution is impactful enough or not, because it changed our voice. And with the industrial revolution, engines made our life easier, faster, eventually louder. And this voice change affected every other aspects of our life, such as music instruments. The materials that we used for our music instruments also changed. The main material was wood and it became brass, it became aluminium. And that's also affected the music scene. The arrangements changed, the compositions are affected heavily according to this change. Couple steps forward, digitalization happened and our electronic equipments became a music instrument. We use electronics to express our musical ideas. This concept of inevitable evolution affected everything in our lives, in our perception. Maybe you are questioning that what all of these has to do with combustion engine. I will get to the point. But I think to have this kind of like historic background in this evolution of the things and the usage of new materials and new technologies for the same practice, I think it's a good baseline to understand first. So you may say, get on point. Okay, this is the point. Quick disclaimer, I do not support or praise any of these irresponsible driving acts in all of these videos, but I want to focus on different aspects of these kind of like acts. Cars and the culture around it always fascinated me in a good way. Basically pimping a car, loading a bunch of subwoofers and big speakers and big amplifiers, disturbing people with your tasteless music. This pattern catch my interest and I want to go deeper into this research, so who can stop me? I wanted to name this act as like a engine playing, or in a more poetic way, engine articulation. In this engine articulation, I don't think any people creating a know-how about how to use the throttle and shifting the gears according to the music. Somehow it became a public knowledge. They're just using the throttle and the gear shift according to the rhythm, according to the sections of the music. If we go a bit more technical side, in a combustion engine, there are pistons inside chambers and there are ignition stages. Each ignition creates a flame noise, and this sequential flame noise is perceived like a pitch, like many other instruments. This can be used in a musical way, and I think people made it unintentionally. Every social media has its own dynamic and interesting phenomena. But one thing that I observed in this specific topic, people with no cars, they still interested in this act and they transformed this practice in video games.
Bıraktım zamana, geride kalana dayana dayana bittim çoktan. Dedim ki vardı, yaramı yamalayıp sardı. Tam derman derken fark ettim. Yolu uzun aşkım, benim gözüm ama yaşlı. Anlatamadım taştı, baştan yanlıştı. Yolu uzun aşkım, benim gözüm ama yaşlı. Anlatamadım taştı, baştan yanlıştı.
It's a vehicle simulation game and people just recording videos driving within the simulation using the virtual engine for playing alongside the music.
Sen de benim kadar kolay silemezsin. Ama şimdi başka renkte bakıyor gözlerim. Ağla kalbim ağla, sen ağla kalbim ağla. Sus sesin duyulmasın içinden.
And at that point I felt like, whoa, stop there, because something is so naturally transformed into like a transmedia practice. It caught my attention. So I started to search about like the song that like normally used song for these kind of like practices. Most of the songs also has this simulation car version. One driver playing alongside the song. The people under the comments was so dramatically affected by this thing. It's like you go to a video on YouTube and like say, bro, you are playing great, you make me feel this way, you make me feel that way. That kind of impression.
Bursa otobana girdim. 5'le böyle 80-90 ağır ağır gidiyorum. Derya Ulu sana çıkıyor, yollar açtım. 5'ten 3'e bir koydum arabayı. 3'ü bitirdim. 4'ü bitirdim. 5'e geçtim. 5'le böyle 160-170. Ölmem dediği yerde gözümden bir yaş damla düştü.
Bin kere vursan da ölmem.
While this was enough interesting subject to talk about, people with no simulations, they make it with their mouth. And I'm not lying, look at this.
Döndüm güçlü düzeldim sandım ama hep bunalımdayım. Ne mümkün dengede durmak, fırtınadan bir uçurumdayım. Daha filmi anlatmadan ağlarsın, sen nasıl bir insansın? Ben senle aşka düştüm, parçalandım tane tane.
I look on to the internet about how this culture connects or share the knowledge between each other, because I think there is a knowledge behind it, because you are expressing yourself with the engine, but you follow the orders, you follow the bars, you follow the sections of the music, higher revs into the choruses, mostly cruising on the verse sides, and you only change gears on the strong beats in the bars. I don't think there is a method of it. People seems to be agreed on same thing, and people seems to like the same kind of play type.
Elbette karşımda gibi gözüküyor oradan. Bıraktım zamana, geride kalana dayana dayana bittim çoktan. Dedim ki vardı, yaramı yamalayıp sardım. Tam derman derken fark ettim. Yolu uzundu aşkım, benim gözüm ama yaşlı. Anlatamadım.
This transmedia relationship is quite interesting, and I wanted to talk about it because everything evolves through the time, but these kind of things occurred so naturally, it feels unreal to me. I don't know, maybe I'm so excited to talk about this, and now you also heard about it. It was mostly a local thing. I talked about this thing because I want to create a project, an interactive engine sound system to play a engine articulation. So the next video I'm going to create a virtual engine sound system, and we'll see how are we going to incorporate any music we are going to choose. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.